Oh my gosh, I want you so bad and I can't have you. Lord Jesus, please help me, Lord, not to eat these cookies. I want them so bad, but I know I shouldn't have them, Lord. Please just help me just to release, just to get rid of these cookies. If you've ever had to pray to ask God to help you not to eat something like cookies, then you want to watch this video on how I deal with cravings. Candace with Tight Fitness and Get Tight Fit Life, which is my blog, gettightfitlife.com, which you'll see in the description area. You can go there and check out some other articles that I write just about how I balance living a healthy lifestyle and balancing that with everything else like work and my social life and other things that are important as well. I'm going to talk to you today about cravings. That's probably one of the biggest things that people that I coach on how to lose weight and transform their bodies when they first start a 100% clean eating plan, they always ask me, what do I do about these strong cravings that I'm having? I'm wanting to eat everything, and it's a common issue that I've experienced as well when I first changed my diet over from like an American standard diet and eating more clean and healthy options and getting rid of processed foods and things. And the first 3 days are usually the easiest days, and then after that, things, you start hearing voices. I remember I could have sworn my Oreos in my pantry were talking to me, and I was like, leave me alone, Oreos, I can't eat you. I have to do this fitness show. So I completely understand cravings. So, and I still have them from time to time, but I will say that over time for me, eating clean and avoiding sweets and processed foods and different things like that, my taste buds, for some reason, I feel like I don't crave them as much. Maybe my cravings may come around once a month versus every other day like they used to. They used to be like really strong, like really almost even felt like they were haunting me. Like I just couldn't get the thought out of my head that I had to have something sweet. So this is what I do now if I'm ever craving anything sweet. Number one, I make sure that I eat regularly. So I usually eat 5 to 6 meals a day, and I try to make sure I eat at least every 3 hours, and I find that helps to keep my blood sugar stable. I'm not grazing, looking for things to eat because I'm hungry, and because I am eating regularly when it is time for me to eat, I don't do mindless eating where I just eat everything in sight because I haven't eaten all day. Another thing that I try to do is just chew a piece of gum. If I'm feeling like I just want to, feeling snacky and I just want to put something, in my mouth to have something to chew, I try to make sure that I go for a stick of gum versus candy or something like that. And I feel like even buying the brands, like the desserts brands, Gum by Extra, they have like those different flavors like apple pie and sorbet and orange sherbet and different things like that. Sometimes that's just enough for me to have one stick, just enough to kind of get rid of that temporary feeling, and then an hour later, the craving's gone. I've ignored it. I haven't paid attention to it again, and I've moved on, and I'm proud of myself. Like, yes, I've overcome that craving once again today. So chewing a piece of gum is one thing that I do to help control the cravings. Another thing that I do is I drink a lot of hot tea. I'm not sure exactly why the hot tea just helps me, but I'll buy like the orange and citrus flavored teas, and I'll warm me up a cup, add a little stevia. I usually do not put honey in my tea because it has sugar in it, but a couple little things of stevia, and the tea is just soothing, and I'll follow that with a lot of water, which also helps decrease cravings and wanting to eat different things. If I stay full by just making sure I'm drinking water regularly, that also helps as well. Another thing that I try to do is if I must have something and I feel like I just can't take it anymore, I'm gonna pull my hair out thinking about that Twix bar that I have in the drawer somewhere in the office. Then what I'll do is sometimes I'll just have it. I won't beat myself up over it. I'll eat it and I'll be done, and I'll be fine for like another week or two. So sometimes me incorporating like my weekly cheat meals, I make sure that I have a cheat meal every week, And also, if I really want something, and I know, because I know myself, I know I'm not gonna go overboard, I'll just go ahead and have the small, like, fun size piece of candy and, you know, move on with my day. And, you know, if you know that you're someone where you don't have that self-control, you may want to go ahead and, if you have that, follow that up with something that's healthy. So have your one bar, be aware of the calories as well. That also helps me. If I know that the one Twix bar has 70 calories, and if I eat 5, you know, that's almost equivalent to one of my meals. You know, I try to keep that in mind so I'm not just doing mindless eating. And I try to remember I can always, you know, eat more calories faster than I can burn them. So, you know, I try to keep all those thoughts going on in my head while I'm struggling to make good decisions, because sometimes those cravings can get the best of me, but I do try to, you know, have some self-control if I do give in to them. But, you know, just be aware of the things that you're eating, pay attention to the calories, and if you must have something, you know, try to waste it on something that you really like. You know, I'm not gonna go waste something, if I want something sweet, on a Twinkie. I'm not really into those, or a honey bun, or anything just laying around that's sweet. You know, I'll try to wait to get something that I've really been wanting for a while, like that apple dumpling at Cracker Barrel that I dream about. I love that dessert, that deep dish apple with the caramel and ice cream. And I'll ignore that temporary craving, like, you know, but I'm gonna treat myself to that this weekend. So that's something else that I do, as well as I'll save it for something that's definitely worth it and that'll hold me over for a long time. After I have one of those, I'm usually good for the rest of the month. So, you know, try some of those tips: drinking a lot of water, eating regularly. If you must give in, have something small, follow up with something healthy with it, maybe like with a handful of nuts or a piece of fruit. Sometimes I'll even make me a protein shake, and I found that I've been getting really creative with them, like even making them taste like the Frappuccinos at Starbucks, like adding coffee to it, and a chocolate flavored protein powder. Kind of reminds me of the mocha Frappuccino. I'll do that, and I'll add a little, you know, cocoa or Cool Whip and throw it on the top instead of whipped cream. Drinking lots of water, chewing gum, drinking hot tea. All those things are ways that I just deal with cravings. And you just have to remember, sometimes you do have to say no. I know those are foods that you like and you want them, but if you have a goal, you know, you can't have and eat all those things and still meet your goal. So you just have to figure out which things are more important to you. Having sweets every day, or, you know, having the body that you want and feeling good and not sluggish later on. So it's just, you know, making decisions, what's more important. So try some of those tips, and if you have any ways that you deal with cravings or anything that you want to share, post that below. And thank you for watching.